Recently, a couple came to me and asked me to help them file for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and of course I agreed to help them, and we started working on their case. And one of the questions they initially asked me is, filing a Chapter 7, are we going to lose our house? And the answer is, if you're current on your payments, filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy does not make you lose your house. As a matter of fact, just the opposite is true. If you continue to be current on your payments in Chapter 7, creditors can't touch your house. And even if you're not current on your payments and you want to leave the house, the first $60,000 in equity is exempt, and they can't touch that. And so I said, yeah, no, if you're current on your payments, can't touch your house, and you can go on as if you'd never filed bankruptcy with respect to your house. Well, then we got into the bankruptcy in a little bit more detail. They sent me my questionnaire where they list all their assets and they list all their debts, and it turned out that they were $75,000 underwater on that house. And so I called them up and I said, well, it's true that if you want to stay in the house that you can, but on the other hand, you're $75,000 in the hole in this house. And do you really want to stay in a house where you're probably never going to have any equity in it? And what you're in now is a perfect position to just walk away from that $75,000 hole as if it never existed, and then move on with your life. And maybe in a couple years after you repaired your credit, you can buy a house and that you actually have equity in it. And that's what they did. They walked away from their house, gave it back to the secured creditor, and at the end of the bankruptcy, they were perfectly free from that $75,000 hole that they were in on their house. In a year or two, they'll have repaired their credit. They'll be able to buy a house what they actually have equity in. So if you're way underwater in a house, yes, you don't have to lose your house just because you filed bankruptcy. On the other hand, it might be an opportunity to walk away from the hole that you're in on that house.